Hey guys, what's up? Francois T here. So excited to be here tonight because I finally get to read the alternate endings, which is going to be absolutely amazing. Just give me one moment. Excellent. All is good on my end. If you are here in the room, say hi and I will totally give you a shout out. I'll spend a couple of minutes talking to you guys, reading some of your comments, and then I'm going to get right into some alternate endings. This is going to be a great night. I can feel it already. And we can finally let go of what happened for the finale of Pretty Little Liars. I mean, I just feel like saying, Marlene, take a seat. No, take a seat, take a seat. We're going to show you how Pretty Little Liars should have ended. Welcome to the Pretty Little Liars alternate ending chat. All right, let's see who is in the room. So first of all, President A is here. Hey, President A. President A says, I'm here to protect the liars, Mona and Jenna from bullies, even after the show finished. Oh, thanks, President A. That's good to know. Tori's here. Hi, Tori. Maria Ann says, hey, everyone. Hey, Maria Ann. Tori says, good timing. Just woke up. Oh, fantastic, Tori. Great to have you here. Maria Ann says, me too, Tori. Haha, it's great that you guys are here. I can't wait. You know, I feel like for me this is bigger than the PLL finale. We're finally going to be, I'm going to reveal these alternate endings to you, and it's very exciting for me. Skylar's here. Hey, Skylar. Ellen is here. She says, hi, Ellen. President A says, hey everyone. Chase is here. Hey little bro. Steffi Nicole is here. Hey Steffi. Honey Hepburn says, hi Francois and family. Hi Honey Hepburn. Rosie says, hi Rosie. And Susan Frere is here saying, good morning. Chase is saying, my kids, dad and other half are asleep. That's no problems at all, Chase. Thank you so much for being here. MC says, hi Francois and everyone. I can't be here for the love chat tonight, but I am looking forward to catching up with the latest. Have a great chat, everyone. Hugs to all. Hugs to you too, MC. We are definitely going to be doing a love chat very soon. Tonight, what we are doing, however, is the alternate endings. So I hope we're all ready because I'm very excited to be presenting it to you guys. If you are in the midst of writing an alternate ending, or if you would like to write an alternate ending, I'm going to provide you with my email address so that you can send it to me if you wish, and if you don't have that at the moment. So here it is. As you guys know, I do not like to put my email publicly out on the video, but it is there in the chat for you guys. Isabella K is here. Hey, Isabella. She says, hi, Francois. I just finished watching your hilarious reaction to PLL, knowing who is AD. Lol. I also watched 2 chapters of Cold in the Rain. So far, I enjoyed it. Good job, XX. Oh, thank you so much, Isabella, for both of those compliments. Yeah, so I love doing that, rewatching those Pretty Little Liars moments, knowing what has happened and sort of yelling out at the girls, being like, girls, this is not AD, or whatever I was saying. It was a lot of fun, and I'm glad you enjoyed Cold in the Rain. That's fantastic. Chase says, I'm on season 4 of PLL on Netflix. That is awesome, Chase. Good on you. Season 4, harking back to some very good memories. Speaking of Pretty Little Liars, do any of you know if there's a copy on YouTube of the moment when Aria walks in to find Jenna crying after she loses Shauna? I was looking for it all day and I couldn't find it. So if you guys know, let me know. MC says, sorry guys, that was autocorrect again. That should have said live chat, not love chat, and I'm looking forward to catching up with it later. No problems at all, MC. We are going to do a love chat. That's why I was just a little confused, but that's absolutely fine. I'm glad that you'll come back later and check it all out, because as I said, today we are going to be revealing the alternate endings, and it is very, very exciting. So I don't think I'm going to wait any longer. I think I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to read the first one, and then I'll come back and see what you guys have said. So this will be very interesting. So here we go. The first one that I'm going to read was written by everyone's favorite, Suze Blue. Yeah, Suze Blue, thank you so much for sending me your alternate ending, and I loved it. Everyone wrote in different styles. Some did stories, some did scripts. Suze Blue's is written in a Dear Diary format, and I loved that. It was so awesome. It was like a confessional, and so I absolutely love that a lot. So let's see what Suze Blue's version of the finale is. She writes, "Dear Diary, I know who killed Charlotte. Charlotte has been a good friend of mine for years. We met when I worked in the kitchen at Radley. When I found out she was related to the De Laurentises, she was recruited there and then. This would be the perfect game." The idea of the board game was a good call, although I wouldn't have been able to do it without my good friend Lucas. He's good for most things technical. However, when the girls found out about his connection with Charlotte, he ran. But I don't need him anyway. I got what I wanted. Charlotte kept talking about her friend from way back, Lucas, and told me about this stupid comic thing they made together. So I changed it up and planted it, and surprise, surprise, the girls jumped on the Lucas is AD train, fell right into the palm of my hands, as always. It's so funny watching the girls theorize who they think I am. Don't they know I see all? Stupid bitches. The other day, I watched one of the girls search for a puzzle piece. Being AD is so much fun. Watching these stupid girls run the wild goose chase I've sent them on. Did you know they once thought I was Leslie Stone? Ha ha, now that was funny. I have let my minions go. No use now. I have a favourite minion, you know, always by my side and reported back to me. I prepared a surprise for this minion for all the commitment and for the way they were treated throughout the last 7 years. Mona will love the new dollhouse I made for her. She more than deserves it. Who else would agree to exposing themselves as A than going to Radley for it? I knew that was a good plan to get her and Charlotte together. The only time Mona let me down was when she overplayed the Radley victim act by blabbing on about Maya knew. She knew the girls would cling to this. However, I do love this girl with all my heart. A real genius. Good luck to her and her dolls. I suppose this is my reveal. I'll probably throw together some last-minute crazy stuff so the girls are once again led to my lair and they might see this diary entry. I think I'd like to join Mona in the dollhouse. That's the life for me. Them dumb girls getting married and pregnant? Boring. I have other plans. I miss Noel, and I will miss Melissa and Jenna. They were good minions, helping with the dollhouse, setting the girls up, and planting excellent red herrings. Melissa was the one who invented the masks idea. There is a mask of my face somewhere out there. My first helper, the one who entered the game with real fire in her belly, Maya, I met her whilst I was getting coffee and befriended her. She was telling me she was moving here. She was clearly deluded. I made an impulsive move to let her in on my newly found A-game. She loved it. She moved into the De Laurentiis house and found all of Ellie's hiding spots. This beautiful, boy-obsessed, bat-crazy individual even went as far to fake a relationship with a girl. Can you be any more committed? Anyway, Maya's involvement on the A-team was cut short because she died. By who? Nate. Yes, Nate took her. But Pam Fields killed her. That's right. Perfect little Pam killed Maya. I paid off Nate to take the blame because I needed Pam to be alive so I could keep Emily sane. I hate the bitch, but I knew she'd crumble with the loss of her mum and Maya. So I drove the car into their living room instead. Then I killed her husband. I also kept her in the basement as one of my old age dolls. I hope the girls read this. Why? It's time. There was a reason the game became more dangerous. I had a plan. That night was planned well. The girls at a sleepover, Charlotte leaving Radley to help me, the team together, it was perfect. Not. I was relying on my team to keep the girls quiet till I got hold of Allison and kill her. Charlotte's job was to lure Allison away. I thought she would have managed fine, but she's insane. She got too excited and knocked her out with a rock. For God's sake. When I was told this the day after, I decided Charlotte have time in Radley to recover before I allowed her to play the game. So Mona took that role and became my main minion. Bethany Young? Stupid bitches. She doesn't even exist. But who was in the grave, you ask? Nobody. Nobody died that night. Guess that's the perks of having Rosewood PD and Melissa's experience in law on my side. So simple, yet so brilliant. I hired a decoy that night, though. I called her Sarah Harvey. She was useful, especially in the dollhouse. The game was going great because she was with Emily 24/7, and then when she wasn't there, she was in the shower. Imagine if she got caught in the shower without her Sarah mask on. Jenna and I haven't always seen eye to eye, but see what I did there? Good one. However, we wanted the same thing, Alison dead. She was recruited through time, but Jenna made herself look shady on her own. She had her own agenda to get the girls back, but she was never going to pull it off. She decided to join the team. Some British chick called Alex turned up at the blind school while my minions were at work trying to kill the girls, but typical Charlotte kept this one quiet. Who the hell is Alex? Is she real? Has she been to the same mask shop we've been to? Anyway, I love my team. They have done me proud. I'll always have respect for them. Noel was hopeless though, but I suppose he was good for killing my decoy. She was annoying. He was good at the blood thing. Spencer thought she'd killed someone. Seriously, bitch, who could you have killed? You were in a dollhouse. I had a plan for tonight, but that weirdo Alex stole my limelight and was revealed as Spencer's twin. Those Hastings sure are competitives. Girls, if you read this, I suppose you will want to know why. I was always out to get Alison. She made my life hell. She made your life hell. You allowed it. You prevented me from killing her that night. Yes, Alison drugged you as well, which messed up the effects from the drugs I gave you. This made you wake up and look around. Maybe you didn't hurt her like you thought, but you sure were getting in my way. The only one who didn't get up earlier was Aria, because Aria, you were already doped up on other medication, weren't you? For some personality disorder? Who knew that Radley also went by the name of Iceland? You prevented me from doing my job and your annoying behaviour throughout too, not to forget your stupidity. I didn't really care who killed Charlotte. It was a test and you all failed terribly. You were happy for me to be kidnapped. Who lets one's own take the fall for something they didn't do? Selfish girls. You deserved everything. Goodbye, liars. Thanks for the memories. So girls, quote, thanks for giving me Hannah. You're free to go, end quote. P.S. My decoy was Kate. Who needs a stepsister anyway? She had back fat. Kisses, Hannah. So there you go. That was Suze Blue's reveal. It was Hannah, and I loved that. I think she did that really, really well. I loved the creativity of her writing it as a diary entry. I thought that was really good, and certainly the girls would have come across it at one point. So I thought that was fantastic. What did you guys think of Suze Blue's ending? Let me know. Back to some of your comments. M. Witty says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, M. Witty. Suze Blue says, hi guys, I'm out and about just now and so gutted I can't fully participate. Please forgive me. I'll do my usual random thoughts. So sorry it won't make sense with what you're all talking about. Oh, Suze Blue, I just read out your thing, so I hope you heard it. Ellen says, I'm excited about your alternate ending, Suze Blue. Awesome. Alias says, hi. Hi, Alias. Honey Hepburn says, I love that Maya is involved in this ending. Yeah, I agree. I love that too. Steffi says, I love this, Suze Blue. I love how you eliminate your characters one by one. Me too. Wendy says, hi, everyone. Hi, Wendy. Skylar says, just came back. Who's AD? Skylar says, in this story. It was Hannah in this story. Ellen says, every time I am like, ooh, so it's, and then you eliminate them, Suze Blue. Yeah, she did a good job, didn't she? Ellen says, we don't know yet to Skylar. Skylar says, Rena says, hey guys. Ellen says, I love how it was written. Skylar says, love wonderful Suze Blue. I heard it a little late. President A says, damn, that was a good ending, wasn't it? It was so good. Alias says, I like it. Chase says, I love it. Wendy says, I love the diary entry concept. That was great. And Rena says, this ending was awesome, Suze Blue, wasn't it? It was fantastic. What I loved so much about the creativity side of this is that no one else came up with a diary entry. Suze Blue's was the only one that was a diary entry, and I just found it fascinating. And she was saying to me that, you know, maybe it wouldn't be as good because it was a diary entry, but I absolutely loved the idea. It was like we're reading AD's words. It was really brilliant. So well done, Suze Blue. I think all of us loved it. Big round of applause to you. And as it turns out, Hannah was AD. So what did you think, Marlene? Maybe you could have made Hannah AD. That might have been better, yeah? Yeah, I thought so. Why didn't you hire Suze Blue? Guess that was your missing link. All right, guys. So it's time for me to get on to the next person. Tori says, that was amazing, loved it. Maria Ann says, so good. Alias says, good job, Suze Blue. And Isabella K says, very original, well written, great job. Wasn't it though? Absolutely fantastic. All right, so well done, Suze Blue. Let's point out some quick highlights, shall we? Because I like to go back through things and point out some highlights. So I like that Charlotte ended up being a good friend of Hannah's for many years. I thought that was pretty cool. The idea of the board came, I think what she's saying it was Hannah's, but Lucas is the one that made it. So that's cool. But apparently Lucas ran when he found out that the girls found his connection with Charlotte. So there you go. That explains why Lucas wasn't there. Let's see what else. So yeah, it was Hannah who planted the comic book, and all went to plan with that because she knew the girls would get onto it. Apparently the girls once thought that Hannah was Leslie Stone. I like that. The minions have all gone, including Jenna, who was on the team. And she loved Maya, except for Maya saying that, Mona. She loved Mona, except for Mona saying Maya knew, but ended up giving her a dollhouse, which was so nice. A lot of missing of Noel and Melissa and Jenna. What else? Maya was the first helper. She was the one who entered the game with a real fire in her belly, so I loved that. Maya was killed by Nate, so that was confirmed by Suze Blue. And she had a whole plan, Hannah, apparently, for that night, which I find really interesting. Hannah drugged them as well, so there you go. And Bethany Young never existed, which I thought was really awesome. I do love how she says to Spencer, who do you think you could have killed? You're in a dollhouse. Like, that was really well done, and certainly something I feel like Hannah would say. So, yeah, absolutely loved that. Well done, Suze Blue. Good job. Well done. Take a look at a couple more comments just really quickly. Ellen says, I liked how the way she wrote, it sounds like Hannah, but you only make that connection when you know it's Hannah. Yeah, I know, right, Ellen? Isn't that good? Dario's here. Hey, Dario. Isabella says, I love the fact that in this situation, the friendship/bond between Hannah and Mona was more significant. Yes, I absolutely agree. Rena says, can we still submit endings? Yes, you can. I'll give you my email once again, but you certainly can. You can submit endings to me from now up until Tuesday morning Australian Eastern Standard Time. So feel free to send in as many as you want, and I'll get to as many as I can in these live chats. Isabella says, also the ending and the line about the back fat was everything. Lol, so Hannah. I know, right? It was so good. Arena agrees, saying, yes, the back fat comment was awesome. Alias says, I know, I loved the back fat line. So there you go, Suze Blue. You've got a lot of fans for your alternate ending. All right, so it's time for me to get on to my next one. And I just need a moment to work out who wrote this, because I didn't put their name there, and I thought I put names onto everyone's thing. So I'm sorry about that. Wow. Oh, I feel a little underprepared, guys, and I apologize about that. Let me just find out who it was. Give me 1 sec, because we need to give credit where it's due. So feel free to keep writing about Suze Blue's version for the moment. I'll be right with you. Don't go anywhere. Just let me double check. Is it this one? Sorry for the delay, guys. As I said, I just want to be able to give the credit to the right person, and I forgot to put their name in there. Yes. Okay, there we go. So everyone, the next one that we are going to read, and just a moment, I want to come back to you guys. Okay, here we are. The next one we are going to read is by one of Comment Below and Let Me Know's OG favorites, Ellen. Yay, Ellen, are you ready? I'm going to read yours out now. I'm so sorry I didn't put your name in there. I'm going to put it in now. I think I might have saved this twice. And in one of the others, I definitely put your name on it. So I don't know why this one doesn't have that. Anyway, guys, here we go. Ellen's one is written in the form of a script, and it is entitled Pretty Little Liars Finale. Here we go. All liars and their partners sit by the fire at the Lost Woods Resort. Suddenly, all their phones go off. There's a text, and the text says, have fun playing Happy Life, Happy Wife while it still lasts. A. Ezra says, is this still happening? This has to be over, and we're gonna do something about it. Arya says, no, Ezra, you've done enough. I'm not your little student anymore. This is between us and A, and besides, we don't want you to get shot again, do we? Arya gets up and the girls follow her. Caleb says she is right. Toby says, but we still got their backs. Caleb and Toby smile at each other. Ezra says, do you guys have a plan? The girls are in the lobby at the Lost Woods. Arya says, I am done with this. I'm getting married, for God's sakes. Why do we still have to deal with this bitch? Emily says, Arya, calm down. We're going to end this. Hannah says, how, Em? Did you bring a gun supply with you? Spencer says, I have a plan. Get your phones and meet me in the car. So the girls are now sitting in the car. Hannah says, Spencer, can you please slow down? You're scaring me. Spencer says, we've got no time to lose, Hannah. Hannah says, I get that, but we don't want another Rollins in front of our window. Allison looks down. Emily puts her hand on Allison's leg. Hannah says, I'm sorry, Allie. Arya says, who is that behind us? They see two big light bulbs coming their way. Emily says, they're not slowing down. Faster, Spence. Spencer says, Arya, tell A we're not afraid of them, and if they want us, they can come get us. Caleb now says, I'm tracking their car. Looks like they're in the woods. The signal must be bad. Toby says, I'm with my truck. Is a head start allowed? Caleb grabs his laptop and they walk towards the car. Toby says, Ezra, you coming? Ezra looks up. Yeah, of course. And they all go to the car. Arya looks at her phone. Come and find me. Emily gets a text. I've got the address. She looks at the girls. It's Noel Con's cabin. They all look scared. They arrive at the cabin, look at each other one more time and storm inside. When they walk in the door, they all freeze. There is one girl facing her back towards the girls. She turns around. It's Maya. She says, did you miss me? Oh, I like that. The guys arrive at the cabin. Caleb says, you guys ready? Another car drives towards the cabin. Toby says, wait. Ezra says, I'm going in there. Toby says, no, you're not. Now sit your ass down. I like that. Emily says, Maya? The door opens and the girls turn around. Melissa storms inside. Melissa says, great, you've got all of them. Now come with me, all of you. Spencer says, I'm not coming with you. You always liked games. I should have known it was you. Well, you're not going to win this time, even if I have to kill you myself. Melissa says, Spencer, shut up and come with me now. Emily says, there is no way we are coming with you. You're both crazy. Maya looks at Allison. Allison says, girls, we have to go with them. Hannah says, Allie, are you insane? And then Sparia says, that's freaking A. I love how you said Sparia. That's awesome. Melissa's phone rings. She says, we're too late. Take them to the back door. Take them through the back door into the woods. There is a car waiting for you. She'll keep you safe. Now go. I'll handle this myself. The girls follow Maya outside. While they walk outside, Allison grabs Emily's hand. They share a short look and Emily looks away. A male walks towards the cabin and Ezra says, is that Ren? Toby looks at the male. Caleb says, guys, my computer isn't working anymore. Ezra says, what do you mean it's not working? Caleb says, somebody is on to us. Toby says, we need to get into the woods now. Toby turns to his window to get out. When he turns, he sees Lucas standing in front of his window. Lucas says, "Going somewhere?" Caleb turns to his window to get out. Mona says, "You didn't think we would make it that easy for you, did you?" Caleb pushes his foot down on the gas, but the car isn't moving. Paige stands in front of the car, and she says, "Do not underestimate me." Another car drives towards the cabin. Someone steps out of the car and opens the back door. Out walks Jenna. Jenna says, "Get them inside. There is another surprise waiting for us." The girls run into the woods. Emily says, "Maya, what's going on?" Maya says, "I'll explain everything later." Spencer, who stops running, says, "No, we may not even know later. Tell us now." The girls also stop. Maya says, "I need to get you safe first." Aria says, "Why should we even trust you?" Hannah says, "Do you really think we are going with you?" Spencer says, "It's 5 of us and 1 of you." Maya says, "I get that you're confused, but calm down, girls. I'm not the enemy." Hannah says, "Like we've never heard that line before." Aria says, "Why would you even do this to us? You don't even know us." Maya says, "I'm protecting you. I'm risking my life for you. That's what I've been doing for years, just like Melissa. So if you don't want to go, fine. Stay here, alone in the woods, surrounded by danger. But I am going to the car and getting myself to safety." Maya walks away. The girls look at each other. Emily follows her. The rest of the girls hesitate and follow her. Melissa is standing in the cabin. In walks Jenna. Jenna says, "Sweet Melissa, always protecting Spencer. You know you can't go anywhere, so tell me where she is." Melissa says, "Never." Jenna says, "We can do this the easy way or the hard way. It's up to you." Melissa walks towards Jenna. Ren beats her down. Ren with an American accent. 1 down. Jenna says, 5 to go. The guys are thrown into a car. Ezra beats on the door. Get us out of here. You want to fight? We'll fight, you cowards." Caleb says, "Ezra, you're going to get yourself killed." Ezra says, "I'd rather have them kill me than Arya." Toby says, "We'd rather have no one being killed." Ezra says, "So are we just going to sit here and wait?" Caleb says, "No, we're going to sit here and think of a plan to get us all out of here." Toby says, "And not get killed." Ezra looks annoyed. The girls and Maya stand on the side of the woods. Maya says, "We have to wait. I don't see a car yet." After a few seconds, a car comes their way. Maya says, "Come on, that's her." They step into the car. Maya says, "Thank you for helping us. I'll do anything for Melissa." Spencer says, "Who are you?" The girls turn around, and the person says, "I am Bethany." Aria says, "Bethany Young?" And they drive away. They arrive at a hotel. Maya says, "Sit down and we'll explain." The girls all sit down on the bed and Maya and Bethany stand in front of them. Bethany says, "I met Melissa at Camp May. We fell in love instantly. I used to come over and she'd meet me at the barn. She wanted to keep us a secret until she was ready to tell her parents. But then Jessica found out and she thought it wasn't right for 2 girls to be together, so she started threatening us. On that night, I showed up in Allison's top. Melissa bought it for me. We were trying to fool Jessica, so I acted like I was Allison. But we didn't only fool Jessica, we also fooled Cece, and she decided to speak to me. That's how Melissa met Cece." Spencer says, "I thought they knew each other from when they were younger, when Cece was Charles." Bethany says, "Charles? I know Charles from Radley, but after Radley, he changed his name to Ren." Aria says, "Ren?" The girls all look at each other. Spencer says, "Did I hit you with a shovel?" Bethany says, "Yeah, you did. You were on drugs, but luckily Melissa found you on time. She saved me." Emily says, "Did you kill Toby's mum?" Bethany says, "No, that was Charles. Ren. Melissa started dating him, but she didn't know the real reason why he dated her. Nobody did. He got me into Radley and made me believe Jessica did it. That's why I hated her. I am sorry, Allison. I didn't know. I was thrown in Radley without any reason, and I felt the need to blame someone." Allison looks sad but smiles friendly to Bethany. Hannah says, "So why did Ren date Melissa?" Maya says, "He met Lucas when they were younger. They went to camp together and wrote comic books." Hannah says, "Yeah, we've seen them." Brittany says, "They love each other like I love Melissa. Lucas wanted revenge and Ren wanted to help him, but he needed a cover-up." Ooh, I like that. Spencer says, and it was very convenient Melissa was close to us. Bethany nods. Emily looks at Maya and says, why haven't you told me you weren't dead? I was broken for months. You could have at least sent me some signs. Maya sits down in front of Emily and grabs her hand. I wanted to let you know I was alive. We planned that camera footage. I hope you wouldn't give up on me, and I don't mind you eventually got over me. I want you to be happy, and if that is with Allison, that's fine with me. But I couldn't leave you behind after I found out what was happening to you, to all of you. Once I was invested, I just couldn't leave you. Arya says, so who are you protecting us from? Maya gets a text, and it says, let's settle this never-ending battle of good and evil. Meet me at the church, A. And she says, I guess you're going to find out. When they walk into the church, they see Caleb, Toby, Ezra, and Melissa's hands tied together, hanging on a wall. Arya says, oh my God, Ezra, and she runs to him. All the girls run towards them and try to free them. The door opens. In walks Jenna with Mona, Lucas, Ren, and Paige behind her. The girls look at them in full shock. Maya and Bethany walk towards Jenna. Jenna says, don't try to free them or I'll kill you. Mona, Lucas, Ren, and Paige all grab a gun and point them towards the girls. Jenna says, Maya, Bethany, sweet little helpers, thank you for bringing them to me. She walks to them. Maya says, oh, it's not going to be that easy. Bethany goes for Lucas's gun, Maya goes for Ren's gun, and from behind, Jason grabs Paige's gun and Mike grabs Mona's gun. They point the guns at Jenna's alliances. Jenna says, isn't this a great view? You got me. I'm all alone. You girls ready to settle this? Hannah says, what do you know about a great view? Jenna takes off her sunglasses, and Arya says, Rich can see. Very nicely put. Jenna says, what? Now you're going to shoot my alliance and then shoot me? Go to jail? Do you even have a plan? Spencer says, do you? Smoke comes through the wall. The partners and Melissa are hanging on. They're hanging on. Jenna says, you've got 2 minutes to walk out of here alive. I hope you can save your loved ones too. Or do you want to waste that time on me? Emily says, hurry, I'll find something sharp. Jenna walks out of the church into her car. Mike, Bethany, Maya, and Jason force the alliances out of the church. Jason calls for the cops while Mike, Bethany, and Maya tie the alliances down to a tree. Emily says, I found something. Arya to Ezra says, I'm sorry, I have to burn the rope. Ezra says, do what you must, even if that means leaving me behind. Arya says, don't say that. The smoke gets worse. Hannah says to Caleb, I'm getting you out of here. Caleb says, don't waste your time. You don't just have you to worry about. Hannah looks down to her belly. Hannah, I'm not giving up on you. The church is filling with even more smoke. Allison says to Emily, Em, hurry. I can't get the rope off of Toby. Emily runs towards Toby. I've got a knife. Hold on. The whole church is filled with smoke, and the already drugged guys and Melissa start coughing. Spencer to Melissa. Melissa, please, don't give up on me. Melissa says, Spencer, it's not going to work. You need to be saved. Spencer says, you saved me so many times. It's time I saved you. Ezra screams. Arya says, I'm sorry, I'm almost there. Ezra falls down. Caleb says, Ezra, go. Arya carries Ezra outside. Spencer says, Melissa, stay with me. We're almost there. Melissa says, Spencer. Emily cuts through Toby's rope. Allison and Emily carry Toby out of the burning church. Hannah says, Caleb, I got you, but you need to help me. I can't carry you on my own. Caleb says, you'll do fine. I know you will. She carries him very slow towards the door. She stumbles a couple of times. Melissa says, Spencer, I love you. Melissa starts fainting. Spencer says, do not give up on me. Melissa says, I'm so sorry. Spencer says, no, Melissa, you're okay. See, I almost got you. Melissa is gone. Spencer says, we're almost there. You're going to be okay. You're not alone. Toby from outside of the church says, Spencer, get out of there. You're going to kill yourself. Spencer says, I'm not leaving without Melissa. Caleb says, Spencer, it's too late. Hannah says, Spencer, I need you. I'm sorry. Spencer gives Melissa a kiss on the cheek and helps Hannah with carrying Caleb out of the church. The church explodes, and luckily they all got out in time except Melissa. Spencer breaks down. They hear police sirens, and soon Jenna's alliances are in handcuffs and off to the police. Aria says, "What about Jenna?" Tanner says, "We're still looking for her. Don't worry, girls. I'm glad you're all safe." Hannah says, "Well, not everyone." Emily says, "We couldn't get Melissa out in time." Tanner looks over to Spencer and says, "I'm sorry." Her phone goes off and she walks away while picking up. Spencer says, "Jenna is not getting away with this." Caleb says, "I put a tracker on her car, on the car she locked us in." Toby says, "But your laptop is hacked." Maya says, "She doesn't know about mine." They all go over to Ezra's apartment and open Maya's laptop. Ezra says she's heading out of Rosewood. Allison says, "Why is she driving so slow?" Hannah says maybe her eyes still need to get used to the sunlight. Or to the sight, sorry. Toby says it looks like she went to the cemetery first. Aria says, "We're going after her." Caleb says, "I'll drive." Everyone walks towards the door. Spencer says, "No!" They all stop. Spencer says, "We need to do what we should have done 13 years ago. Emily, give me your phone." Emily throws her phone to Spencer. Spencer dials a number. "Hi, this is Spencer Hastings. I'm calling because Jenna Marshall is heading out of Rosewood through the woods." "Yeah, You're welcome, Detective Tanner. Thank you." Fast forward to Melissa's funeral. I like how you did that. Very good. It's about time they called the police. Fast forward to Melissa's funeral. Everyone walks into the room. Lastly, someone in the Black Widow outfit walks in. She turns her veil over her head. It's Bethany Young. Spencer smiles at her. Spencer walks up to the microphone and says something in French, which is going to be very hard for me to say, so I'm going to guess here. Un orange sur la table, ta robe sur le tapis, et toi dans moonlit. I can't speak French. It's a French poem, you guys. But thank you, Ellen. I'm so sorry I can't speak French. After the funeral, everyone gets together. Spencer says, "The time of sadness is over." Aria says, "No more lies." Hannah says, "No more doubts." Emily says, "No more fear." And Allison says, "No more hiding." They all hug each other in tears. Spencer says, "I know I don't say this enough, but," and Aria says, "We love you too, Spence." And that is the end of Ellen's story. And I thought that was pretty cool. So it turns out, I think from what I read, that Jenna was AD in that one, which was pretty cool. What did you guys think? Let me know. Wow, we have a lot of comments, so give me a moment to get to them. So Chase says hi, Rena says hey Chase, Alias says hey bestie, Chase says hi Rena, Chase says hey bestie, Tori says yay Ellen, Ellen says oh god, oh Ellen, I loved it, I thought it was awesome. Alias says go Ellen, Ellen says warning, sorry for my English. No, not a problem at all Ellen, I had no problems reading it. Maria says it's okay Ellen, we'll understand. Skylar says I can't wait to finish mine. I can't wait for you to finish yours either Skylar. Ellen says, the script style is kind of boring to read out. Just notice that now. I don't know any other way to write. No, that's totally fine, Ellen. We got what you were saying. Tori says, Ellen, I love how the girls finally take charge. And Bethany, I know, right? How good was that? Tori says, still listening but can't text. I'm now driving. Text when I'm home. No problems, Tori. Rena says, Ellen, this is so creative. I loved it. Alias says, I know, right, Rena? Rena says, Ren. Ellen, thank you for making Ren Charles. How awesome. Yes. Ellen says, thanks, guys. Wendy says, this is so good. Alias has a smiley face. Maria Ann says, hanging on every word. Ellen says, the French poem is the one from the PLL finale. I loved it, so I wanted to put it in. Oh, that's really awesome. I'm so sorry that I couldn't read it out. My French is really terrible, but that's cool. Rena says, the way comment below and let me know remembers the tales and plot holes puts Marlene to shame, doesn't it? See, Marlene. Okay, we've got Suze Blue and we've got Ellen who have written better things than you have. Got anything to say? I didn't think so. Alias says thumbs up. President A says that's a great ending, Ellen. Yeah, I agree. I love how it ended. That was awesome. Rena says this was awesome. Loved it, Ellen. Alias says good job, Ellen. Ellen says thanks, guys. I was shitting my pants while Francois was reading it. Lol. Oh, Ellen, it's totally fine. Look, I'm sure I would be too if someone was reading out mine. So I totally get that. But it was awesome. You have nothing to worry about. Maria Ann says, great job, Ellen. Dario says, tears to my eyes. Oh, that's lovely. Alias says, oh, Chase is giving happy faces and Alias is giving devil faces. I thought, Ellen, that yours was really, really good. I loved how there were so many people involved and how you explained all of that. I loved how Charles was not Cece and that you did that. I love how you had Arya say, bitch can see. Like, that was really awesome as well. But there were so many things that were just so good about it. It was multi-layered. So don't worry about the fact that it was written in the script. It makes it harder to read, but we all understood what you were saying. And your version of the finale was fantastic. It was much better than Marlene's. So thank you, Ellen. Thank you very much. That was totally awesome. All right. I wonder who we are going to be reading from next. Okay, let's have a look here and see who's up, guys. Give me a moment. One sec. I'll be right with you. Yes, that's right. Let me find it. The next person that we are going to hear from, and this one was really good as well. I just need to zoom in. So just give me a moment, you guys. One sec. Is another one of our favorite people who are on here at comment below and let me know. And her name is Tori. That's right. It's time to read Tori's version. And I'm really excited about this. So Tori explains something at the start that I'll say to you guys. She says, these are just details explained through plot points. Sorry if it gets a little confusing. I'll clarify it if you need. Tori, you didn't need to clarify any of it. So you guys, I do warn you, it is written in plot points, but I love the plot points that Tori made. So let's find out what her plot points were. First of all, Tori says 7:19, instead of AD driving off into the sunset, everyone, liars, boyfriends, and parents, receives a text. And it says, no one is more hated than he who speaks the truth. Plato Church, midnight. Be there, bitches. AD. Next dot point. Everyone arrives at the church confused on why everyone is there. All of a sudden, the church door opens to reveal Sydney. She gestures for them to come in. Right this way. Your host will be arriving soon. Everyone shuffles into the church and stands or sits near the front of the church. Bam. The church door slams closed and locks. Everyone turns around to see Black Widow standing by the door. Black Widow slowly glides to the front of the church, everyone in shock, whispering and muttering. Who are you? We deserve to know everything you've put us through, after everything you've put us through, says Arya. Black Widow steps towards Arya, slowly until she's just inches away. Oh, Arya, you've always been so impatient, Black Widow says, as she removes her veil. Everyone gasps. It's Mona, says Hannah. Mona then explains that she originally created the game, but someone was always taking it from her. This someone stole the game, then forced Mona to help afterwards. This person, AD, never showed Mona their face, but they were always helping even before they stole the game. AD had the NAT club taking videos. AD had always been a benefactor, a puppet master. Mona then explains that everyone has helped AD play the game at one time or another, even the parents. She explains that the reason everyone is here is because AD is finally ready to air out everyone's dirty laundry. Footsteps are heard from the back of the church, and everyone turns around. Bethany, Allison says in complete shock. Bethany says, "Hi, Ellie, long time." Bethany introduces herself to everyone, and she explains that she was adopted by the Young family when she was an infant. Her birth name was Alexandria Drake. She explains that she and Charlotte put a cadaver in place of Bethany's body, which if you saw my video earlier today, that's where I got cadaver from. Bethany dug it up with M and took the cadaver body so that she could plant her DNA. There you go. Spencer says, "If Mary is your mother, who is your father?" Bethany walks closer to Spencer and says, "See, that's a long story, my dear sister." Bethany then explains that her father is Byron Montgomery and that Aria isn't Byron's daughter. Aria's father is Scott Montgomery. Ella cheated on Byron and became pregnant. Pastor Ted Wilson is actually Scott Montgomery. Aria and Bethany are cousins. That is so cool. Bethany then explains that Scott had another child who was put in the system when Scott lost his mind, Wren. Wren's mother is Marion Kavanagh, half-brother of Aria and Toby. Bethany explains that Allie is having two babies. One is an egg of Emily's and one is an egg of Allie's, both with the same father, Wren. Hannah says, "What about me? What do I have to do with all of this?" And Bethany says, "Oh, sweet Hannah, you'd never figure it out, so I'll tell you." Bethany tells Hannah and Allison that Allie's grandmother is the sister of Hannah's grandmother. They are second cousins. That is so cool. Bethany says, "And now we are all connected as family, and we can all die as family." Outside the church, you see Jenna, bitch can actually see now, surrounding the church in fire. There's no exit. Mona and Bethany fight. Mona hits Bethany over the head, killing her with a candlestick. Mona tells everyone to follow her if they want to get out safely. Mona takes them in the secret passageway from the church to Radley. Everyone except Bethany got out of the church before everyone watched the church burn to the ground. We then flash forward 1 year. Everyone is back in Rosewood for Emerson's wedding. Caleb is pregnant with a boy. Spoby is dating again. Emerson's twins. Allie's baby's name is Rebecca, and Emily's baby's name is Catherine. At the Emerson wedding reception, Toby asks Veronica's permission to ask Spencer to marry him, and she says yes. Aww. Cut to Mona leaving Emerson's reception. Mona walks off to the woods. She arrives at the dollhouse that Charlotte had put the girls in. Very nice touch. As she walks in, we see a flashback to the night Bethany died. Flashback of Jenna pulling Bethany out of the church fire. Mona walks in to Charles's vault room, only to reveal that she has cameras all around town. And then you see live video footage of Bethany locked up in the dollhouse. "Time for tea party, girl," says Mona. The end. Oh, I loved that, Tori. That was so awesome. What did you guys think? Well, we've got a lot of comments, so I'll get to them. Isabella says, "Well, that was so well thought out." Are you commenting on this one or the last one? Oh, I think. Oh no, you're talking about Ellen's one. Well, that was so thought out for Ellen. Love that Bethany had an actual importance to the story. Love that Maya is alive. Love that Wren is Charles. Jenna seeing again and finally calling the police. Isabella says, "Great job, Ellen." Ellen says, "I wanted to put all my favorite things in it, like Maya, B conceived, Lucas, and Wren's ship," which was really cool, Ellen. I love that you did that. Ellen says, "Thanks to Dario and Isabella." President A says, "From Marlene's point of view, they were great, but I decided to follow the books after I said I wouldn't." Yeah, exactly. Alias says, "Still working on mine." No problems, Alias. You have till Tuesday. Rena says, "Me too, Alias. Almost done. Lol. I can't wait to read it, Rena." Skylar says, "I like that text, Tori." Yeah, so did I. Alias, your message has been retracted. Isabella says, "Wow, the family connections are so interesting." I know, aren't they? I loved that Tori did all those connections. Really well done. Maria Ann says, "Right, I love how everyone's connected. This is really good." Suze Blue says, "Oh my God, I've just come back on there as I'm out shopping. Can't believe I've missed this live. I loved writing it. I had so much fun writing it. I had loads more questions answered, but took some out." Suze Blue, if you want to send me the other answers that you gave, certainly feel free to do so, and I'm happy to read those out as well. I'm sorry that I limited you guys to 1,000 words. It was so wrong of me to do. Alias, your message has been retracted. President A says, that's a great ending, Tori, wasn't it? Rena says, awesome ending, Tori. Love how you said Black Widow glided across the room. Yeah, so did I. You get a great visual when people write like that. Alias says, I loved it. Ellen says, I loved it, Tori. She goes on to say, funny how we both burned the church. I know, right? Like, that's just so cool. What a coincidence. Alias says, Tuesday. Oh, gosh. Oh, that's fine, Alias. Don't rush or anything. You know, like, if you don't get to me by Tuesday, that's totally fine. I'll still read it out. Tina says, makes more sense that Alex Drake writers for PLL were just lazy. Yeah, exactly. Makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? So thank you very much, Tori. That was so totally awesome. I totally loved reading that. I'm going to go back and have a quick look and pick up some highlights. So first of all, I love how AD wasn't driving off into the sunset in 719. It makes so much more sense that we end 719 with a text message that leads us into 20. I thought that was really awesome. Let's see, what else? Yeah, the Black Widow gliding to the front of the church was fantastic. I love how Mona was Black Widow. I love that. Well done. And then Mona explaining how she originally created the game, but people were always taking it from her. Yeah. And she didn't know who AD was. And I think what you were saying is that AD ended up being Bethany, which is really cool and it makes a lot more sense. So Bethany goes on to explain a lot of things, which is really, really awesome. I love how she explains that she and Charlotte put a cadaver in place of Bethany's body. I think that was really cool. And she explains that her father is Byron and that Aria isn't Byron's daughter. Aria's father is Scott Montgomery. That is so cool. So again, she then explains that Scott had another child and it's Ren, and Ren's mother is Marion Kavanagh. I mean, that is so awesome. Like, how did Marlene not come up with this? Well done. Yeah, so the two babies are from two separate eggs. That was really cool. I mean, I'm just going to quickly go through highlights. Love the Mona Bethany fight. That was really good. And I love the end, how we cut back to the dollhouse and Mona ends up back there. I thought that was really, really awesome. So well done. And a huge hug to you, Tori. That was really cool. Isabel says, really good, great job. Ellen says, connections were great. Denise is here. She says, hi, guys. Hi, Denise. How are you? We're reading through some of the alternate endings. Maria Ann says, hey, Denise. President A says, the comment below and let me know should be the new writers of PLL spinoff. I completely agree with you, President A. Isabella says, hi to Denise. And Isabella says, yeah, I love that Scott Montgomery has a tie to all this. He wasn't mentioned in the PLL series for nothing. So happy about that. Oh, so well done, Tori. That was really awesome. So I'm now going to get on to the last one that I'm going to be reading for today. And I'm going to warn you guys that I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through all of this one today. And if this person is in the room, which I'm really hoping they are, then this person knows that I may not be able to get through all of what they wrote because it was quite long, but it was really well done. So I wanted to get some of the others read so that we got some read out. Which is really good, and I loved all of them. But as I say, we may not get through all of this one, but I will certainly do my best. So this one is written by another favorite of ours here at Comment Below and Let Me Know. It's written by our good friend Dario. So Dario, I hope you're here. I hope you're ready because I'm about to read out yours. I just need to change the format. Just give me one moment. Okay, so just want to go back and see if Dario's in the room. Are you in the room, Dario? I'm not seeing you. I thought I called you out before, but I'm not seeing you at the moment. Rena says, yes, I so agree. So cool bringing Scott into it. Yeah, wasn't it great? I thought, did I see you earlier? I don't know. I don't know if I've seen you in... Oh, yeah, I saw you earlier. You were in the room earlier. Are you still here, Dario? Give me a wave. Say hi. I would love to know that you're here before I read yours, because it is very long. But like the others, it is really, really good. Yes, Dario is here. Dario is saying, loving these. Awesome. I'm so glad you're here, Dario. Okay, we're going to start reading yours now. And Isabel says, you guys are so creative. All right. Dario's is also written in the form of a script. As I say, it's quite long, so I'll get through as much as I can. So here we go, without any further ado. It says Season 7, Episode 20, and it's entitled Stuck in the A-Team. So Season 1 starts at Spencer's barn. The camera starts outside Spencer's barn house, and the door is wide open. And in the first person, we walk to see the whole place trashed. Her coffee table is shattered in pieces, and there is transparent glass everywhere. The couch is ripped up with an excess amount of couch stuffing everywhere. There are various objects around the house which are broken and smashed, but the audience's attention is drawn away by the sound of broken glass in Spencer's kitchen. There is a masked, hooded figure that is AD. It is clear that AD is searching for something and is incredibly angry about it. They slam the drawer they were looking in, and they turn to face the camera and start taking their hoodie off. But just before they do, AD goes out of camera shot. Scene 2 is in Radley's hotel. We hear church bells. Aria is in bed alone, staying at the Radley Hotel, and she wakes. She slowly gets up and looks out the window, and we see a lovely overview of the town, Rosewood. We have a close-up on the church. She notices someone, and this is clear by her facial expression. She goes for her phone and messages Hannah with emergency, come quick. Aria's room phone starts to ring just before she begins to have a second glance at the mystery person at the church. Whilst the phone is ringing, she has a little time to think about answering the phone or going to the window. She picks up the phone. Aria says, hello? The phone caller says, Mrs. Montgomery, there is a parcel waiting downstairs. Do you want us to drop it off? Aria says, oh no, that's fine. I'll come down. And it's Miss Montgomery. Aria goes to a picture on her bedside table, and it's a picture of her and Ezra that we have never seen before. She strokes Ezra in a loving way and then places it down, almost crying. She walks off. Radley Lounge. Aria says, so you don't think I saw anything? Hannah says, look, what I think is that you are tired and sex deprived, Aria. It's the morning before your wedding day. Aria says, but I know what I saw. Hannah says, look, Aria, if I were you, I wouldn't go around telling people you're seeing dead people. That's the sort of thing that gets you into places like this. Well, before my mum turned it into cocktails and elevator hookups club. Aria says, Hannah, I swear it, I'm not going crazy. Hannah says, well, I just don't believe it. Aria says, Hannah, I saw her. Hannah says, yeah, and I believe you saw it. Look, if it makes you feel better, I would just say I believe you. But first we need to celebrate. Mimosas and poached eggs. I love that because my favorite drink is mimosas, so that was really cool. Aria says, isn't it too early for mimosas, Hannah? Hannah says, no, not when you're getting married. Ashley walks past. Ashley says, oh God, Hannah, I need your help. By any chance, can you contact that buddy of yours? What was his name? Lucas? My office door just won't open. The passcode lock is broken or something. Hannah says, wait, Lucas? Why don't you just call Caleb? Ashley says, well, didn't he tell you? I kind of fired him, which is the first very big shock. And there's a reason for it, and we'll get to it. I'm going to keep going. Aria says, oh, and that's my cue to leave. She goes, oh, and that's my cue to leave. I got to go and see my mum about one stunning white dress. Ashley says, oh, that's lovely, Aria. Tell your mum I said hi and that I will see her tonight. Hannah says, right back on topic. Caleb came home last night in a mood and told me about it. What he didn't tell me was why. Ashley says, look. Hannah says, no, Mum. What could Caleb have done so badly you fired him on the spot? Ashley says, I can't tell you. Hannah says, no, you can't, and neither can Caleb. Hannah walks off. Veronica's house. The mums are all sat around with a bottle of wine. They are a little drunk, but not at all entirely. Veronica says, more? She has a bottle of white and is offering more to Pam Fields. Pam says, oh, go on then. Ella says, that's my girl. Pam says, you know, I haven't drunk since that night. Ella says, ooh, she went there. Ashley says, I really wish she didn't. Veronica says, why not? We never talk about it. Pam says, we still don't know how we ended up at the graveyard. And Ella says, we walked for miles. Flashback. The mums are in the basement. It's a repeat of the little bit before they tried to get into the room that was locked and they couldn't get into. The mums are trying to escape through the window. Veronica says, well, you're up. Pam says, wait, why me? Ashley says, because you're the smallest. Ella says, come on, sister, take one for the team. The door slams and the mums look back to the door, which is at the top of the stairs, and a smoke bomb is thrown down the stairs. White gas comes out and makes them all fall under a spell of potent sleep. The scene transitions to the graveyard, and the mums are all asleep around a tombstone with the name Alison De Laurentiis written on it. The mums get up and all just stare at the tombstone in disbelief and horror in the pouring rain. So I love that. Somehow they just ended up at the graveyard after a stink bomb was thrown in. That is really awesome. Next scene, Lost Woods. Nightfall has fallen and the girls and guys are gathered around the newly formed Lost Woods resort at a big table. They're eating lunch and drinking wine. Caleb says, so, Aria, Ezra, how are your parents getting along? Still at a rivalry? Ezra says, well, between my mum being able to take control of everything with a condescending and overbearing manner, I think Ella is just about to blow her top. Aria says, yeah, those two are like a married couple these days. Emily says, whispering to Alison, should we tell them? Alison says, what, now? Emily says, well, there's no better time than the present. Spencer says, tell us what? Alison says, well, we weren't going to tell you guys, but I guess, what the hell? She stands up. Spencer says, oh, come on. Alison says, well, me and Emily are engaged. Aria says, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. Spencer says, I know, right? When did this happen? Emily says, well, it sort of happened a few weeks after the whole thing with the nursery. We didn't want anyone to rip us apart or allow anyone who would try to bring us down to separate us. So we decided to make it official, even in death. Toby says, I think congratulations are in order. He raises a glass. Alison has orange juice, and they make a toast. Spencer says, so you guys will be expecting soon. Alison says, what? Spencer says, the baby. It will almost be 9 months, since. Alison says, yeah, I'm having my final scan next week. The doctor said it's all looking great. Caleb says, have you decided on any baby names yet? Emily says, well, we were actually, their phones go off and they read a text. This text reads, live or let liars die. Miss me, bitch? AD. The girls read this aloud. Aria says, no. Hannah says, I thought we got rid of this bitch 7 months ago. Spencer says, guys, chill out. It might just be a creep pulling a prank on us again. It's probably some troll on the internet. Toby says, you guys don't think this is starting again, do you? Ezra says, this cannot be happening right now. Aria says, we are getting married tomorrow. Caleb says, let me see. Hannah gives Caleb her phone. Can I keep this tonight? I might be able to track who it is, if it's just some random guy on the internet trying to prank you guys. Spencer, whispering to Hannah, you guys not staying together tonight? Hannah says, no, me and Caleb kind of had a fight last night. Spencer says, well, I guess you are married now. Ezra says, well, I think it's an early night for me. Aria says, me too. She gets up and grabs her jacket. Soon everyone starts to follow along. Hannah says, I second that. Spencer says, you mean you third that? She gets up and grabs her phone off the table. Alison and Emily and Caleb follow. Toby is left on his own. Toby says, I guess it's just me then. Takes a sip of Spencer's wine. We suddenly see A in a black hoodie. We don't see their face, but we do see a brick in their hands. They slowly walk up to Toby and whack him over the head. He is instantly knocked out. There is no blood to make sure the audience know he's not dead. We then see the face of this A. It is a dark-haired woman wearing glasses for the blind. She takes the glasses off slowly and uncovers herself to be Jenna Marshall. Jenna says, "Hang a sign. Bitch can see." Lost Woods parking lot. Spencer gets into her car. She adjusts herself in the mirror and then sees a figure in the back seat. Their head is to the side. Spencer says, "Who are you?" The figure turns their head and takes her hood off, and suddenly we see Melissa. She, at a quick of hand, suffocates Spencer with a chlorine rag, and we see Spencer struggle until she gives in and goes under. Melissa says, "No company is better than bad company." Next season, Allison's drive. Allison and Emily are in a car pulling up. Emily says, "Allison, is everything okay? You haven't spoken a word to me since we left the Lost Woods." "Allie, what is it?" Allison breaks down crying. Allison says, "I've been trying to keep this secret for so long now, and I just can't." Emily says, "Allison, what is it? Allison, tell me, now." Allison says, "Emily, I'm not pregnant. I made it all up. AD was just torturing me about my lie." Allison lifts her top and uncovers a professional fake baby bump which is attached to her belly. Emily storms out of her car in an expected fury. Allison says, "Emily, I love you. Please forgive me." Emily says, "Love me? Allison, you call this love? What was all this for? So I would marry you?" Allison says, "I know that we have been through so much, and I know this is really bad, but we can get through it, just like we got through everything. Emily says, "You know, I thought you had changed. I believed in you. And all this, what is it for? Deep down, you're just the same manipulative bitch that bullied all of us in high school." Allison is crying. All of a sudden, the De Laurentiis house blows up in flames and knocks Allison and Emily on their backs. They're out cold. Season 7, The Dollhouse. We see someone in the corridor of the dollhouse, and it is in blurred vision as the person has been drugged. The vision slowly clears after we see a glimpse of AD forcing this person to her room. The door opens up to the room, and then we realize the person AD has kidnapped is Aria and has thrown her in her fake room again. Aria says, "Wait, no, let me out, please, I don't want to be back here, please." She starts sobbing. There is a panning camera view. We see Spencer in her room. Allison is in her room, and Emily is in hers. They are wearing black funeral dresses that they all wore to Mona's funeral in season 1. We then are back in the corridor in the dollhouse. We hear some walking down the corridor, and the camera follows this person. From this side on, this is evident that this person has curly black hair and dark skin. However, they are wearing the mask seen back in another season. The mask is the one with the half-burnt face. Season 8, Ezra's apartment. Ezra wakes up, and he is happy because it's the morning of his wedding. He sits up and he sees a hamper on his end of the bed. At first glance, it looks like a pretty and thoughtful hamper with pleasant gifts. Before he even touches it, he reaches for his phone and texts Aria. Text conversation. Ezra texts, "Thanks for the hamper, beautiful." Aria texts back, "You're welcome." Aria texts again, "Wanna see me?" Ezra said, thought that was supposed to be bad luck. Aria texts a photo. The photo is current Aria on the floor, passed out, and blood on her face in the dollhouse. Ezra drops his phone. This is filmed in slow motion. Ezra goes to his hamper he received and looks at whom the card is from. He opens it and reads it. It says, "Kisses, AD." He starts to rummage through the basket to see if there is anything at all this AD has left for him. He reaches the bottom and finds a tuxedo. He holds it in his hands. Season 9, Dollhouse. Toby and the girls' doors all fly open, and they slowly walk out to the steps of their doors. They all see each other and run together in the middle. Toby says, "Spencer." Emily says, "Allison." Aria says, "I cannot believe we are in here again." Allison says, "Which bitch locked us up this time?" Spencer says, "Is everyone okay?" Allison says, "Wait, where is Mona?" Spencer says, what? Allison says, we're all here except Mona. Aria says, but Toby's here. Allison says, how did you guys get here? Spencer says, Melissa, she hijacked me in my own car. You guys? Allison says, well, me and Emily were arguing when my house blew up into flames. Emily says, we were knocked out cold. AD must have kidnapped us or something, and brought us back to this nightmare. Spencer says, well, you know what? We've got out of this place once before. We can do it again. Spencer and the girls walk towards the place where they had escaped before. Spencer says, I know it was this way, right? Emily says, you don't know? Spencer says, excuse me if I wanted to forget being tortured and imprisoned in this hellhole. Suddenly alarms go off. The voice that was used in season 5 and 6 is used here, and it says, all housemates go to their rooms or prepare to die. This is repeated over and over again. All housemates go to their rooms or prepare to die. All housemates go to their rooms or prepare to die. Spencer says, come on, run. Allison says, hey, wait up. The girls come across this venue. It's an exact replica of the church, and it is set out for a wedding. There are mannequins, one that looks like Arya and one that looks like Ezra. However, Arya is the only one wearing a wedding outfit, as Ezra already has his suit. Arya says, what the hell is this? Spencer says, I think it's supposed to be your wedding. Emily says, AD expects Arya to be married in this dump. Arya says, no way, get me out. She looks to the camera and screams, we are going to find you, and when we do, I'm going to kill you. Scene 10, Hannah's loft. Caleb says, so you sure the girls have gone? Ezra says, positive. Caleb says, and that suit came from absolutely AD? Ezra says, along with this text. Hannah says, that's the bunker. They're in the dollhouse. Caleb says, are you sure? Hannah says, yes, I can tell. I spent months in that place. I know it when I see it. Ezra says, so what do we do? What does A want me to do with this suit? Hannah says, it's Carteria. Ezra says, what? Hannah says, the brand. They only make wedding suits. He works in Philly. Caleb says, sorry, he? Hannah says, yeah, I know him back when I was working for that bitch of an ex-boss. Last time I heard, he was moving to London. Ezra says, so you were saying? Hannah says, look, if AD needed this suit, they either move to London or have an extremely $400,000 suit lying around in their closet somewhere. Caleb says, wait, you said Philly and London? Hannah says, yeah, well, why? Caleb says, well, who is the one person we know that has lived both in Philly and London and has just so happened to come back to town? Melissa. Hannah says, oh my God, you're right, that bitch. Ezra receives a text that says, you come to the place where it all started. Wedding bells are ringing, but the bride's life is hanging. AD. Separate text. P.S. Bring the suit. Caleb says, the place where it all started, where is that, Bradley? Hannah says, no, it's the church. It's not our story Melissa is telling. It must be Spencer's. Think about it. With Spencer and Melissa, it's when Ian died. It happened in the church. Charlotte was killed there, not to mention her father worked there. I'm telling you, it's the church. Nice tie-in, by the way. Ezra says, come on, let's go. He exits. Hannah says, Caleb, wait. How did you know Melissa was back in town? Caleb says, you told me. Hannah says, no, I didn't, because I didn't even know she was back in town. Caleb says, I don't want to talk about this. Hannah says, Caleb, has this got to do with something, has this got something to do with why my mother fired you? Caleb breaks down crying and says, Hannah, I am so sorry. I really didn't mean it. It was after me and you had that big argument that night. All right, we're going into a flashback now. Flashback. Caleb is drinking a whiskey in the bar of the Radley. And I'm debating over whether I should read this now or save it till tomorrow. Let's go back to you guys before I go back to that flashback, because it is a big one. See what your comments are and see if you guys want me to read this flashback tonight. Where are we? Dario says, here, love, love, love. I'm so glad you're here, Dario. Lots of love to you. I love your script. Just want to see if this is where we'll leave it for tonight or if we'll keep going. Tori says, thank you guys. Love, love, love. You're more than welcome, Tori. Thank you so much for sending your alternate ending to me. I loved it. Annabelle says, love this. I think I'm inspired to write my own alternate ending now. Yay! The more the better. See, you guys are inspiring people. Skylar says, I got to go, but we'll check in later. Thank you, Skylar. Skylar says, wonderful creativity, everyone. Absolutely. Tina says, I'm so excited, and she has exclamation marks. President A says, where are we? I didn't do an alternate ending for PLL, but have thought of some pretty funny AD reveals which wouldn't make much sense, so I didn't do one. Oh, you should still do it anyway, President A, and then send it to my email. I would love to read it out. Tina says, I would love to do one, but I think my wouldn't be that great as English is not my first language. If you would like to try, that would be great, Tina, and I'll give it a read and maybe we can work on it together and, you know, make it readable. But I'm sure it will be fine, Tina, because I understand what you're writing in here, so I'm sure it will be fine. Alias says, it's fine, Tina. Yep. Kim Yim is here. Hey, Kim. Kim says, plot hole PLL. So glad I finally made it. It's too early here. Couldn't sleep. Hey, Kim Yim. Thank you so much for being here. Maria Ann says, hey, Kim. Gabriella is here. Hola, Gabriella. She says, hi. Thanks to everyone for taking the time to write these endings. I know, right? How good are they? Isabella says, yes, read it. Ellen says, now. Brittany May says, read it tonight, please. XX. Isabella says, I'm so intrigued. Ellen says, I'm hooked. Chase says, read it or I'll cry, lol. President A says, keep going. Alias says, let's read it. Isabella K says, I love the AD text. Dario says, thank you so much. I knew they would say this, Dario. I really did. So now you can see that they're actually saying it. Rena says, this is really good. Flashback, lol. Yep. And it is a really big flashback, let me tell you. Dario and I both know what it is. So Dario, you know where we're about to go. This is really huge, you guys. What he came up with, I was shocked when I read it, but it's really well done. Rena says, Dario, so creative. Great story. So far, I'm hooked. Haha. Tina Love says, really? Oh, that's great. I'll try. Oh, yes, good, Tina. Please do. Alias says, go, Tina. And I love it, Dario. Yep. And President A, you wrote something, but it's now being retracted. I was just about to read it, but it's just been retracted. All right, you guys. I knew you'd want to hear what it is. So let me just have a quick drink first. Because wherever I do leave this script, it will be on a cliffhanger. I'm lucky I could get through the others because they weren't as long, and that's probably because of the fact that I said maximum of 1,000 words. Now, to be fair, Dario came to me and told me it is over 1,000 words, but you know, if we need to shorten it, we can do that. I didn't want to shorten it when I read it. So to be fair to all of you, if some of the guys who I've read out already want to give me more, you certainly can. But I just didn't want to shorten what Dario had written because it is so good that I just couldn't shorten it. And that's why I didn't shorten anyone's. All right, you guys ready? Dario, you ready for that big reveal? I still remember reading it and I was like, oh my God. So here we go. All right. Previously on Dario's version of Pretty Little Liars ending, Hannah says, Caleb, wait, how did you know Melissa was back in town? Caleb says, you told me. Hannah says, no, I didn't, because I didn't even know she was back in town. Caleb says, I don't want to talk about this. Hannah says, Caleb, has this got something to do with why my mother fired you? Caleb breaks down crying and says, Hannah, I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean it. It was after me and you had that big argument that night. Here we go, flashback. Caleb is driving, sorry, not driving at all. Caleb is drinking a whiskey in the bar of the Radley, and Melissa comes over, but Caleb doesn't look at her. Melissa says, can I have a martini, please? Extra olives. Caleb says, so what brings you back to this town? Melissa says, the same reason you're here, drowning in your sorrows. Caleb says, oh yeah, you married and your wife, Caleb says, oh yeah, you're married and your wife is harboring a murdering, self-loathing psychopath Mona in your apartment. Melissa says, well, I'm not that drunk yet to spill any secrets just yet. Reality. Caleb, the night went on and she just sat there and we got so drunk. And sorry, and she was just there, and we got so drunk. Hannah says, "What happened, Caleb? Tell me." Flashback. Melissa says, "You know I've got another way us two could try and cry our sorrows away." Caleb says, "Oh yeah? What did you have in mind?" The scene skips forward to Melissa and Caleb having sex. They start by kissing romantically in the door of Ashley Merrin's office, and then they enter. Caleb throws Melissa on the couch. They enter her office. Caleb throws Melissa on the couch, and they have a fling until Ashley Merrin comes in and catches them. The whole scene goes mute, and little flashes of the rest of the scene occur, from Melissa storming out, and then Ashley Merrin firing Caleb on the spot, and then Caleb leaving. Reality. Caleb says, "I'm so sorry, Hannah. I was drunk and I was upset, and one thing led to another, but I didn't mean anything, I swear. I love you, Hannah." A tear falls down Hannah's eye, and Hannah says, "My friends are locked in a bunker right now. All I care about is rescuing them, and whether I like it or not, we're going to need your help." Caleb says, thank you so much." He goes to kiss her. Hannah slaps Caleb. "Don't you dare touch me. I never said I'd forgiven you." She walks out. Scene 11, the church. Hannah and Caleb are in Ezra's car, and Ezra is in the driver's seat. We see them get out of the car and walking into the church. The scene skips to the secret passage in the church. Ezra says, "Where did this place come from?" Hannah says, "Mona said it was a secret passageway Cece had found when she was in Radley. She told me it's how she used to sneak in and out of Radley." Caleb says, "I thought she used a fake ID." Hannah says, "No, putting on a silly Halloween nurse costume and wearing an obvious Allison ID obviously wasn't enough. They would have recognized her." Ezra says, "So if these tunnels lead to the church from Radley," Hannah says, "so that means this bunker must be under Radley." Caleb says, "He makes a good point. I wouldn't be surprised if AD led us on a goose chase to lead us right back to where we started." Ezra says, "Oh, look, it's here." He tries to open the vault door, but the lock is too heavy to turn. It's too heavy. Caleb says, "Here, I'll help." Hannah says, "You men can't do anything alone." Hannah helps them, and then it starts to move. Quicker by quicker, the vault opens and they step inside. Caleb says, "Hannah, are you all right? I don't want to come down with us. I don't want you to come down with us. Look, you've been down here once already, and just because they're down there doesn't mean you have to suffer as well. Plus, we're going to need a lookout just in case one of Melissa's minions comes to join the party." Hannah says, "You think she has minions?" Caleb says, "Well, she could have been doing this all by herself. She couldn't have been doing all this by herself. Not a chance. I refuse to believe it." Scene 12, the fake church in the dollhouse. Arya says, "Well, you got me here. I'm wearing your stupid dress. In fact, we're all wearing a stupid dress. So where are you, you sick, twisted bastard? Want to watch? And what good is a wedding without a groom?" Allison says, "Arya, you're going to anger them." Emily says, "Yeah, stop trying to piss him off more. I don't want to imagine what they could make us do." Spencer says, "Toby, what are you doing?" Toby says, "Looking for a way out of here." Spencer says, "There isn't one. There is only one way out. A doesn't really have a thing for multiple escape routes for his dolls to find." Allison says, "How are you so sure it's a he?" Spencer says, "Well, I think I know who it is. A couple of months ago, I met up with Ren." Flashback, airport scene. Spencer, "So, what brings you here?" Ren, "I could say the same thing about you." Spencer, "Things have gotten a little bit crazy in Rosewood. I messed up big time, screwed up everything. I was going to get the first plane out of here." Ren says, "But as luck would have it all, the planes were..." Ren says, "But as luck would have it, all the planes were cancelled, and now you can't run away from your problems." Spencer says, "It's not like that." Ren says, "Look, a very wise woman once taught me that you don't run, because they always catch up to you in the end. Your nightmares, that is." Back to reality. Spencer says, "Don't you see? He was trying to keep me here. He didn't want me to escape because he wanted me to face my nightmares. It's just like Mona said. I still have the nightmares, and you can't deny all of you guys too. And now that bastard Ren has made me face them, literally. All of a sudden, Ezra and Caleb come flying in, sliding across the floor. Then in steps two hooded figures. Arya says, Ezra! Oh my god! Arya runs to him. Spencer says, Caleb, you okay? Can you get up? Allison says, guys, look. Emily says, who are you? Show yourselves now. The hooded people reveal themselves, and it is Jenna Marshall and Lucas Gottsman. Jenna has her blind stick in her hand. Emily says, Lucas. Spencer goes, Jenna. Toby goes, Jenna. Arya says, wait, what is she doing? Jenna says, take a chill pill, Spencer. It's not like I'm going to kill you. Not yet. Emily says, Lucas, what about Hannah? Lucas says, Hannah was never really my friend. Or should I say, I was never really her friend. I was someone else's friend. I was just a boy in love. Hannah was someone I needed to get in with. I was lonely and wanted someone to make me feel less alone, and who better than the fat kid who hated herself. But then she got slim and started hanging out with that Mona and became popular. I was going to ditch her right there and then, but then along came Caleb and I got jealous. Caleb says, me? What are you saying? Lucas says, oh, calm down, Caleb. I'm gay. Big deal. Jenna says, wow, shocker. I like that. Lucas says, you want to go? You want to go? We'll go right here, right now. Jenna says, oh, shut up. Get on with your story. I can see this playing out. Lucas says, for years and years, I pined over you, Caleb. I watched you fall in love with Hannah. I tried restlessly to break you up, and I tried. Even in Ravenswood, I made your tombstones and that pathetic little girl's just so you would stay, and it worked. Well, almost. Jenna says, until that bitch died. Lucas says, Jenna, please let me tell my story on my own. Caleb says, you will pay for this. Lucas says, oh, not just yet, but we will fight, but not yet. So you came back and you were all twisted. That was my way in the team. I got in touch with an old friend. I knew Charles since camp. I ran into him at the brew. Well, little did I know it was Cece Drake. Man, she looked so pissed at you guys. She wanted revenge so bad, she just had to start the game. I told her about Mona and what she did to you girls, and she insisted on meeting her. Of course, Mona was all drugged up and thought she was Allie, but that worked in her favor. Spencer says, how could you do this to us? Just over him? Lucas says, oh, shut up, Spencer. I can't even begin to say how angry I am at you. You were supposed to be my favorite doll. Smart, clever, and even had the potential to be on the team. But then you ruined it with your romance abroad. Caleb says, how would you know about that? Jenna says, oh, AD has all their dolls' phones hacked. We've been monitoring every text, phone call, and internet search history since day one. Ezra says, that's just creepy. Jenna says the ancient old man who raped his student and somehow brainwashed her into marrying you, which is a really good line. Lucas says, I created the board game. Quite a genius creation, isn't it? Of course, a lot of work, but I still did it, and you bitches couldn't hack it. That was supposed to be it for me, but I wanted more. I still wanted my grand prize. You, Caleb. Can I ask you a question, Caleb? Did my Melissa impression give you all the right tingles? Caleb says, what? Melissa? You? Lucas says, oh, yes. Surprise! And he laughs. But no. Oh, how could I possibly do that? Well, Caleb, I drugged you. I know, it's brilliant. I had been drugging you all night, but eventually you just thought I was any old person. And my golly God, it was good. Well, right up until your mum-in-law walked in on us. I scrammed as soon as I could, but you were still out of your head. All it took was me leaving Melissa's credit card in your pocket, which you would later find it, and you would piece it all together. Caleb says, I'm going to kill you. Jenna says, you may want to keep your dog on a leash before he gets hurt. But of course, he's not the only one who got hurt. You bitches took everything from me that night in the fire, and if that wasn't enough, you stole Shauna away from me. You bitches really crapped on me, didn't you? And well, now you will pay. I went searching for AD. I wanted to know their plans, and it was hard to track them down. I tried to do it alone. Me and Noel, we're gonna wipe you out. Then at the blind, we were gonna wipe you out then at the blind school, but since, well, his head went a little west, shall we say, it made it impossible for me. But that night I had help. Unexpected, but thank God she showed up, or I wouldn't be able to do this now, would I? Jenna takes her glasses off. She gets her stick, and then it is revealed as a secret weapon that has a blade at the bottom of it. Get the bitches. The guys are fighting each other. Caleb and Lucas with the help from Spencer and Toby. Then Jenna corners Aria, Emily, and Allison. Ezra. Caleb and Spencer both win over Lucas by tripping him on his back. Spencer says, "Go, now, or I swear to God you'll regret it." She holds a pipe to his throat. Emily says, "Spencer." Ezra says, "Caleb, help us." Caleb and Spencer run towards Jenna with confidence when Jenna, like a ninja, swings her stick with force at hitting them in the head, and they are both knocked out. Jenna says, "Who's going to save you now, bitches?" From behind, Hannah is behind her and then whacks her across the head with a fire extinguisher, but Jenna dodges it. They both have a rumble, and Jenna drops her stick. Hannah picks it up and then puts it on Jenna's neck and holds her up against the wall and strangles her to death with her own walking stick. Jenna falls to the floor and is dead. Aria says, "Bitch, can't see now." Nice. Spencer says, "Hannah, are you okay?" Hannah says, "I'll be fine. We don't have time to deal with this now. We've got an AD to catch." Aria says, "Why don't we just go?" Allison says, "Because I want this ended once and for all. Look, you guys don't have to stay here. Everything that's happened has been my fault, and it should be me who ends this all. AD wants me because Charlotte wouldn't be dead if I didn't make her A. It's time I took some responsibility for my actions and owned up to everything. You guys go. I'll finish this." Emily says, "No, we're in this together. There are things that we all want to take back, but this is just as much our fault as it is yours. We chose to play this game, all of us. At one point or another, we all could have went to the police. We all could have said no, but we never did. Well, it's time to stop this game once and for all." The boys wake up. Spencer says, "Toby, you have to stay here with the boys." Toby says, "Why, I want to help." And so the next scene is scene 15, the well in the dollhouse, and I will get to that after I've read some more comments. Where are we? Wow, a lot of comments. Chase says, "Can I guess?" Dario says, "Who do you guys think AD is in the script?" Chase says, "I think Caleb." Remy is here. Hey, Remy. Remy says, "Whose fanfic was that?" It's Dario's. Dario created this. Tori says, "Mine was rushed. I'd love to edit it." That's fine, Tori. You absolutely can edit it and send it back to me. That's absolutely fine. President A says, "I think it's Ashley Marin." Maria Ann says, "Oh my God." Tina Love says, "Oh my God." Isabella K says, "Oh my God, my Caleb heart just broke." Tina Love says, "Yes, heartbroken." Alias says, "Wow, I just need a summary for what just happened." Maria Ann says, "I know." President A says, "Caleb and Melissa have sex? That's good." Alias says, "Well, thanks." Tori says, "I think AD is Hannah in this one." Alias says, "Can someone summarize what happened in the last 2 minutes? My internet cut out." Oh, yeah, okay, Tori just did. Tori says, "Jenna and Lucas bad." Dario says, "Jenna and Lucas are bad and Lucas is bi." Dario says, "Gay." Yeah, Lucas is gay. At least, yeah, that's what it said in the script. Lucas is gay. Tori says, "Lucas loves Caleb, played Hannah." It's so good, Dario. Alias says, "Kay, thanks. Are they AD?" Maria Ann says, "Oh my God." Alias, "Your message has been retracted." Maria Ann says, "This is crazy." President A says, "Oh my God, that's a good twist." Isabella K says, "Well, that's a twist for sure." Maria Ann says, "Haha, bitch can't see now." I know, good line, right? Alias says, what happened? Internet cut out again. Isabella K says, amazing, haha. Isabella says, Hannah killed Jenna. Where am I? Yeah. Dario says, Alias, Jenna is dead. Lucas had sex with Caleb. Chase says, Hannah is a badass. Alias says, thanks. Chase says, lol. Chase says, Hannah is a badass. Ellen says, I love how Jenna gets killed by her own stick. I know, right? Really good. Rena says, that was so crazy. The Caleb-Melissa affair, so creative. More excited for you guys' endings than the actual finale. Lol. I know, right? Like, so I love everyone's alternate ending. Since we're on Dario's, we're talking about Dario's at the moment. And yeah, I loved reading this. Like, it was so very long, but it like, honestly, it didn't matter to me that it was long because every moment was such a huge shock. And that Melissa thing, I agree with you. Like, that was very creative. And then what we come to find out, as we know, is that it wasn't Melissa. You know, as I read, which I want to go back to because that was a very good point that Lucas makes. Yeah, so Lucas says, I created the board game, quite a genius creation, isn't it? Of course, a lot of work, but I still did it, and you bitches couldn't hack it. That was supposed to be it for me, but I wanted more. I wanted my grand prize, you, Caleb. Can I ask you a question, Caleb? Did my Melissa impression give you all the right tingles? Oh, yes, surprise. But no, oh, how could I possibly do that? Well, Caleb, I drugged you. I love that so much because we get multiple reveals in this. So first of all, we think it's Melissa. Then we realize it was Lucas and Caleb was drugged, so he had no idea it was Lucas. It is really, really good. All right, you guys, we're about to reveal who Dario's AD is. So here we go. Scene 15, the well in the dollhouse. The girls come across the well that Mona was under for so long. Hannah says, hey, look what's in here. It's the well Mona was trapped in. Spencer says, this thing gives me the creeps. I feel like something died in here. Aria says, that's because something actually did. Emily says, Aria? Aria says, well, what? Something could have. Then a voice says, hello? Hannah goes, oh my God, what was that? The voice, a little more panicky, says, hello? Emily, Emily, is that you? Emily realizes who it is and says, Maya? Oh my God, it is! Maya, Maya, Maya! The voice says, Emily, Emily, help me! Emily says, hold on, Maya, here, grab this rope. Maya says, yeah, there. Have you got it? Emily says, yeah, Maya, I'm going to pull you up, okay? Maya is pulled back up and is saved by the liars. Maya says, Emily, I wanted for so long to see you. I waited and waited and never thought you were coming back. I love you, Emily, and I'm so sorry. I waited. I did. She told me I'd be safe if I did, and I'd never be happy again. Emily says, who did, Maya? Who sent you away? Maya says, Allison. Emily says, what? No, no way. Aria says, guys, where is Ellie gone? Scene 14 in the corridor. Allison is almost running away from the liars and she trips and falls. There is another black hooded figure that is moving quickly in the corridor side to side. Allison notices. Allison says, hello? Is somebody there? The hooded figure walks up to Allison and punches her in the face, but not before she reveals herself as Melissa. Allison is out cold again. Flashback, that night. Melissa and Cece are talking. This uncovers that it was Cece that Melissa was talking to that night, and Jason didn't imagine it. Melissa is arguing with Cece. Melissa says, look, Charlotte, I want to do this my way. Cece says, and I told you it's not up to me. She is planning on making her move tonight. I've just got to take care of something first. Melissa says, what could possibly be more important than doing this? It's what you've been waiting for. It's what you've always wanted, a family, and you're a part of her family now. Cece says, I've never met her. Melissa says, well, I've never got anything more than a text from her, but we know she means business. And if she promises me a ticket out of this hellhole, so me and Ian can elope, I'll be happy. Cece says, just because your parent disapproves your relationship doesn't mean I have to hinder mine. Ian is a class A pedophile anyway. Look, we've known each other since Cape May. I only say what I say because I want the best for you. The scene plays out as it is in Cece's reveal. Jason sees them and they make a runner for it. Melissa in reality. Melissa says, I will find out who this bitch is. I've worked for her for long enough. Scene 17. Emily says, Maya, you have to tell us what Ali did to you. It's important that I know. Maya says, Allison, I was in your room waiting for you. Maya says, Allison, I was in your room waiting for you. You never showed. I got a message from you that day saying you were ready. Emily says, ready to do what? Maya says, you were going to love me. I thought you were going to love me, and then Allison showed up in your room, and she whacked me. Then she buried me alive. She buried me alive just like she was. She said I took you from her. She kept saying I was a thief, and I couldn't have you, and she could make me disappear just like she did. Maya is sobbing all the way through this. Emily says, we have to find Allison. Spencer says, I swear she's AD after all this time. Hannah says, guys, it's not Allison, it's Melissa. Me and Caleb figured it out. Aria says, hey guys, look, she must have gone this way. Look, there is light at the end. Spencer says, okay, let's follow it, and we'll see if it leads us to A. Scene 16, AD's lair, Radley patient room dollhouse. Aria says, this place looks like Radley. Hannah says, there's a door. It's open. Emily, holding Maya, says, do you think Allison is in there? Spencer says, only one way to find out. They enter the lair of AD. It is the room of a Radley patient we all know too well. However, there are several screens on the wall of the different character types this person has played during the time on the show. The girls walk in and are shocked to their horror to see Mona in her Radley uniform and a teddy bear just looking unmasked and out of reality at nothing. All the screens are recordings of Mona's best moments at being creepy, nerdy, genius, Allison, Ghost, and A Mona. All of them are past scenes in the show. The walls are covered in pictures of the girls and Wilden and Charlotte. The screen turns onto just on film, and it's present-day Mona. Mona is delusional and very out of focus. Hannah says, Mona, are you okay? Mona says, Miss Aria, you're a killer, not Ezra's wife. Aria says, Mona, what does that mean? Mona says, you're a killer. Aria, not Ezra's wife. Aria says, I'm not a killer. Mona says, I know, but I am. Hannah says, you're AD. Mona says, simmer down, Hannah. I'm not the only one who was there the night Charlotte died. Was I, Aria? We go to another flashback of Charlotte's death. Charlotte's body is just lying there, and Mona isn't there anymore. We hear someone coming up the stairs, and it's Aria. She bends down to the body and starts weeping. We also see Mona spying on her. Aria says, no, Ezra, what have you done? This can't be happening. She has a moment of deliberation. She then drags Cece up and pushes her off the bell tower. So good. Back in reality, Mona says, you thought it would look like a suicide if you threw her off, but it didn't work. I had a plan to make everything better. I bought a rental car that night, and I came back to bury the bitch when I came back and saw Aria push her out of the window. My plan was ruined. I couldn't risk Aria seeing me or even someone catch me around the neighborhood on my camera or anything. Aria, you messed it all up. I did all of you a favor, and when Aria did that, it felt like you guys messed everything up, and I wasn't going down for it. Spencer says, why would you be AD? I thought AD liked Charlotte. Mona says, being AD was just a way for me to take the attention off me. I wanted to punish you bitches, and with Charlotte gone, I could be that person. Allison enters and says, Mona! Mona says, and here's the grand high bitch herself. What you got to say for yourself, Aria? You gonna tell Allison? Aria says, I'm sorry, Allison. Mona says, well, it won't matter in the end anyway. I had to make an endgame, but I knew if anyone knew who I was, that would be game over. So I created the masks. Allison says, so that was you who attacked me that day. Mona says, no, that was Archer and Mary. They were a shock. They came from out of nowhere. But I wasn't going to let them take the game off me like Cece did. I came to Welby the night you killed Dunhill and led him to the woods where I was going to kill him. But Hannah, you killed him for me. Such a good friend. Emily says, she's gone mad again. Mona says, that's right, mad Mona. Everyone point and laugh. It's so funny that Mona is mad. Hannah says, and Mary? Mona says, well, I was blackmailing her. I told her if she didn't confess to her sister's murder and Dunhill's, I would tell everyone the truth. Spencer says, what truth? Mona says, oh, Spencer. Couldn't figure it out, could you? That bitch is Jessica. I knew right away. That night in Welby, when I went to kill Dunhill, I saw her take her wig off. Dunhill knew too. Looking at Allison. Hannah says, but why torture us? Mona says, because you bitches ruined everything, and you were never going to accept me. You bitches seem to always forget I was in this place too, but yet you bitches always thought you were on another level. But with everything you put me through, and Jenna, Lucas, and even Melissa. Spencer says, Melissa? Mona says, the bitch still doesn't know I was the one using her. I sent her the text. She wanted an out, and I gave her the opportunity. Otherwise, I did everything, and I finally have endgame. Spencer says, so come on, what's endgame? AD always has a plan. Mona says, very clever, Spencer. And yes, she does. Suddenly the screen of Mona comes on. Attention, liars. She is the voice of the creepy lady voiceover in the dollhouse. Attention, liars. You have 2 minutes to answer this question to stop the bomb. Good luck, bitches. A. The screen turns into a timer. Question. What does Mona love more than anything? A. Her dolls. B. Being A. C. French boys. Hannah says, her dolls. Quick, everyone check all of them. Spencer says, nothing. Emily says, nothing. Aria says, guys, doesn't she mean us? I mean, we're her dolls. Spencer says, oh my God, it's one of us. Spencer goes for the teddy bear bomb and looks at the lock. Spencer says, look, it's a picture, heart-shaped lock. Hannah says, wait, this was given to me by Mona back in high school. It's a heart-shaped necklace. Do you think it will work? Aria says, it's the necklace. Emily says, 9 seconds remaining, guys, do it. The bomb disables itself. Hannah says, Mona, it's over. Mona says, Hannah, you still up for Friday lunch? Good, because Sean totally wants to ask you out to the prom. Scene 17, final. The final scene is multiple scenes with no sound and simply what the girls are doing after the big shock. Emily and Maya are taken home and Pam is outside the garage, which was written for me, thank you, waiting for Emily. She gives her a big hug and they both cry. Hannah is throwing Caleb out of her loft. She slams the door in his face. Spencer and Toby are in to see Mary. We then see Mary being let out by the prison guards. We then see a wanted sign for Mona, but it's not too easily seen. The last scene is Aria and Ezra getting married and they share the kiss. There is no Marlene. I like that. Then last of all, we see Mona in a dark blonde hair on a plane, and next to her is the hot French dude. She says, hi, I'm Emma Thorwald. And the flight attendant says, welcome aboard your flight to Le Mans. Then just before the credits, we see a black hooded figure. They turn around. It's Melissa. She's in the woods at the Kissing Rock. She takes her hoodie off and throws it in the bin and puts it on fire. The end. Wow. Absolutely dramatic. Fantastic. Before I read the comments, Dario, I was in shock when I read it. You guys, when Dario sent this to me and I read through it the first time, I just couldn't stop gasping all the way through it, as I'm sure you can understand. I just think it's absolutely genius. I wish, Dario, you could have sent that to Marlene, because that would have been a much better ending. So let's see what people have said. Where are we up to? Okay, I'm going to go from what Ellen says. Ellen says, I love how Jenna gets killed by her own stick, which was really fun. Rena says, that was so crazy. The Caleb-Melissa affair was so creative. Love heart. More excited for you guys' endings than the actual finale, lol. Chase is showing an emoticon with a smiley face and sunglasses. Isabella says, can't wait to find out. Tina says, can you imagine, guys, if PLL actually ended like this? Oh my god, I will be thrilled. The Halo fans would probably die, but screw them. This ending would have been everything. I completely agree, Tina. Dario said, that means so much. Love you, Tina. Love her. Rena says, wait, Lucas pretending to be Melissa? That's genius. Ellen says, yes, Maya. President A says, Dario, this is so good. Tina says, Dario, I wish you would be the writer for PLL. It would make me want to watch it over and over again. After Alex Drake, I can't look at it. Dario says, thanks, guys. Means a lot. Love all you guys. Love heart, love heart, love heart. Chase says, love you too. Tori says, love this, love heart, love heart, love heart. Alias says, I love it, Dario. Sarah A says, how can I send you mine? Sarah, you can send me yours by sending it to my email address, which I am writing right now. So please send it to the email address that I've just written in there, Sarah. Tori says to Dario, genius, pure genius, and bows. Standing ovation. You should write TV, movies, or scripts for a living. Beautiful. Love her. Dario says, oh, I'm in tears. Thank you. Love her and crying face. Isabella says, oh my god, I love the tie-in with the Miss Arya, you're a killer, not Ezra's wife. Thank you. Tori says to Dario, no matter what anyone tells you, keep writing. You are too amazing to ever stop. I agree. Isabella says, frick yes, Mona was the original A and AD, finally. I love it. And the fact that we have so many twists and turns, yet still getting answers to all the questions that Marlene has brushed off, amazing. Tori says, AD always has a plan. Throw back to season 2, Mona's reveal, A always have a plan, right? Yeah, exactly. It was so good that he did that. There's so many comments, Dario, which is so good. From the moment I read this, I was like, oh my god, you guys are gonna die when you hear this, like in a good way. Isabella says, also, kudos to you, Dario, for writing the dialogue and the characters' manner. They feel so true. Yeah, I agree. And authentic. Tina says, I love this. I would love that ending. Dario says, all I have is love and gratitude. Love you guys. Love her. President A is saying, this ending is so good and makes a lot of sense. Ellen says, Dario, this was absolutely amazing. Keeps me on the edge of my seat and answers lots. Alias says, amazing. Chase says, better than the ending. His is better than Marlene's. Claps hands. Yes, absolutely. Rena says, absolutely awesome. That's what I like. Reveal after reveal. What an awesome, awesome ending. Alias says, to be honest, everybody's ending was better than Marlene's. And Tori says, thank you, Alias. Yes, I think all of your endings were fantastic. All of you that I've read out tonight, you were my original 4 that sent me emails, so thank you very much for that. I loved all of your alternate endings. You all seemed to go completely different ways with what you did, and I love that. You know, we got different ADs, different answers to things. Some people thought Jenna was blind. Some people thought that she wasn't. Some made Mona AD, which was great. Some didn't, which was a shock, and that was absolutely fine, like a good shock, and that was fine. And you guys answered questions along the way, which was really, really good. I absolutely loved all of it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Dario says, thank you, Francois. You are incredible and love what you do. It's really special, and you're a legend of a human being. Oh, Dario, thank you. Thank you for sending me that script. It was just amazing to read, and I really appreciated it. And Chase is giving a lot of emoticons, thoughtful, blowing a kiss, and a smile. Skylar says, Dario, I missed your ending. I just came back, but I will rewatch rewatch it and give you my reaction in the comments. I'm sure it was genius like everyone else's. It was, Skylar. Definitely watch it back. President A says, I'm heading off now. Might be at the next chat. No problems at all, President A. We aren't going to be too much longer either. Tori says, thank you, Francois, for giving us somewhere to vent and create. You are the most wonderful human being. Oh, thank you, Tori. That's so nice of you to say. Rena says, bye, President A. Yes, bye, President A. Alias has the devil emoji. So, yeah, you guys definitely send me emails and stuff with your stories. I really can't wait to read all of them. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's going to be really, really good. So tomorrow I'm going to do a video with more of my story. As you know, I'll read my story out as the final one in the final Pretty Little Liars chat. Isabella says, I love this community, and you, Francois, feels like a real family. I love you too, Isabella, and yeah, it does feel like a real family. And that's why I felt so comfortable to read these stories to you guys, because we are family. If we weren't this close and comfortable and loving of one another, I would have kept them all private and just had discussions between myself and the writer. But we are so close, so I felt definitely like I could read it out. And you guys have been supportive of all of the writers, and I love that. Rena says, yes, Francois, thank you for giving us all a creative outlet to vent and express our own ideas. You are absolutely a wonderful person. You're welcome. All of you are welcome. Thank you, all of you, for being here. I mean, it's the same for me. Like, you guys say, you know, thank you to me, but I have a big thank you to all of you. You guys let me be here, say what I need to say, to vent and all of that, and whether it's in live chats or in videos or whatever. And, you know, this comment below and let me know wouldn't be possible without you guys. So thank you so much to each and every one of you, and all of you that are here. You know, I mean, everyone that's here tonight seems to be OGs, and I love that. And so it just seems absolutely right to be reading these alternate endings to all of you OGs. So thank you very, very much for being here. We've got a couple of minutes left before we finish up this chat, and we'll do a moment of silence, and then I'll end the chat for tonight, and then I'll come back tomorrow, and if I have some more alternate endings, then I will definitely read them out. So get them into me, you guys, and I will read those ones out tomorrow. These are the 4 that I had so far. So I had 4 people send me alternate endings. I don't have any other ones. So if you want to have some more read out tomorrow, then certainly get some more to my email. And I would definitely love to read them. I love reading all the ones that I have read so far. Where are we? Dario says, thank you to Skylar with love. Rena says, yes, Francois, thank you for giving us all a creative outlet to vent and express our own idea. I think I've read that, actually. You're welcome, Rena. Rena says, yes, it does. I love our family. It's such an amazing group of people. I look forward to every chat. So do I, Rena. Like, again, it's because of you guys. Tori says, I will always follow your journey. Oh, thank you, Tori. I appreciate that. You know, like, yeah, it's amazing to have you guys here. And we will, you know, get to a stage where we're not going to have Pretty Little Liars chats anymore, but I'm sure that it will come up somewhere along the way. I don't know, like, we'll see something happen in another show or something that happens in the world, and we'll say, oh, doesn't that remind you of in Pretty Little Liars when this happened? I'm sure that will happen. Isabella says, sadly this week I won't be at any chat since I'll be at work, but I'll check them out later. That's absolutely fine, Isabella. I know that a lot of you guys, if you can't make it, you do watch it back and you leave me comments, and I absolutely appreciate that. Well, guys, it has come to that moment. It is now 1 a.m. here in Australian Eastern Standard Time, so it has come to that moment. I just once again want to take this moment to say thank you to each and every one of you for being here and for supporting. Comment below and let me know. The current subscriber rate, I'll just refresh the page in case it's changed. Just give me a moment. is at 282 subscribers, which is totally shocking when you think about it. 282, I never thought I would be there. Like, you guys, I'm 18 away from reaching 300. Who knew that could ever happen? I'm in absolute shock over that. So thank you all very, very much. To my wonderful people, to Ellen, to Suze Blue, to Dario, and to Tori, thank you so much for all of you for sending me your alternate endings. Reading them all was just amazing for me. As you guys know, I had a very tough time dealing with the finale, as did a lot of you guys. And the reactions you guys are having tonight are the reactions I had when I read them. They were all amazing. So again, thank you for sending them to me, because now in my mind, I'm thinking of that. As I said, you know, earlier, I did one of my videos and I was saying, what are you doing? That's not a body, it's a cadaver, because someone wrote about a cadaver and it stuck in my mind. And there's going to be things that each and every one of you wrote that will stick in my mind and now be my reality of how Pretty Little Liars ended. So thank you very much. Tonight, when we do our moment of silence, I want us to be thinking of those 4 wonderful people whose stories we read tonight. It takes a lot of guts and determination to be able to, from nothing, come up with something, and also to let me read it out to everyone else. So in our appreciation tonight, we are going to honor the 4 of them with our moment of silence. And and just take a moment to think about your favorite moments from the alternate endings that you've heard me read, because there were so many good moments. So moment of silence starts now. That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so very much. So we will be having another live chat tomorrow, 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, because we are going until Tuesday, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think it's Tuesday is our last Pretty Little Liars chat. And tomorrow over here is Monday. So we have 2 more Pretty Little Liars chats, and then we are going to be done with Pretty Little Liars. So if you have any books, any alternate endings that you want me to read out in tomorrow's live chat, make sure you send them to my email prior to, well, I'd like you to send them to my email prior to midday Australian Eastern Standard Time. But if you can send them to me prior to 11 p.m. Tomorrow, tonight, Australian Eastern Standard Time, then I will definitely do my best to get them out to all of you. Thank you for all of your support. This has been probably one of my most favorite chats, because it allowed me to not only discuss Pretty Little Liars, but the creative side of people through stories and works of art. You 4 are absolutely incredible. Thank you so much once again. And to all of you who are writing stuff, I absolutely cannot wait to read it. Thank you once again. And do not forget that we all can keep a secret if there are people who can come up with much better endings than Marlene ever could. Yeah, no, I'm not kidding. They were much better than yours. Bye, guys.